you do not see us lit up in red, that is completely okay. Keep watching. You would be watching the replay. Hello, hello. Come on in, say hello. We're trying to get adjusted. We're sitting outside. It's such a nice day. It's hot, but it's a nice day. I thought I'd jump in and do a live stream real quick. It is at least in the 90s today. So welcome, welcome. Give it a few minutes for people to roll in. I'm drinking a soda. I just got done doing laundry, and I've got one more load in the dryer to fold. And yes, I thought I'd do a live stream. Thank you for the first like. Warshy and Coffee, hey, welcome, welcome. So I just wanted to do like a chit chat stream. Our watch hours went from, we had like 1,200, now we're down to 1,080 watch hours left to go, which makes me excited. Hey Joyce, hey Warshy and Coffee, welcome, welcome. So I'm just sitting outside, just enjoying the outdoors. I hadn't been outdoors much. Pluto, what are you licking over there? What is that? Something's on my table. Let me look out. I don't know what it is. He's looking. Come over here. Jump. Can you jump? Pluto says, I say hello. So yeah, me and Pluto's in the live. If y'all want to see Pluto, I'll back y'all up a little bit. Y'all can kind of see us. Say, hey, Pluto. So how's everybody's weather? How are y'all doing today? We're doing good. Just as throughout the stream, we'll do it at the beginning, middle, and end. I'm trying to pick different times of doing different videos for y'all. But if you're new here, then please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. If you want to join the channel, there's monthly memberships, super thanks, and gifts. Our monthly levels are $1.99 level 1, $2.99 level 2, $4.99 level 3, and $7.99 level 4. There are tons and tons of perks with my levels. They're super thanks and gifts, and it's much appreciated. Jacob, hey, welcome, welcome, Jacob. I gotta turn y'all where I can see a little bit. Pluto's ears are cute. Thank you. Cash, hi. Welcome, welcome, Cash. Are you new here? Let us know if you're new. If you are and you have a YouTube channel and you do YouTube videos, please let us know so that we can give you a ranch to drop your channel link. Cute baby, beautiful. Thank you. Chapman, we got 14 people watching and 3 likes. Make sure to like, share. Make sure, y'all. Thank you for helping me grow the channel, supporting. We're just sitting outside. Like I say, I got one more load of laundry to do. Behind me is our laundry area. Having a soda. How's everybody's weather? Yes, keep it respectful, please. That's what Warshy and Coffee said. Yes, please do, please do. Okay, listen, we don't have to say Grandma, Lord Shadow. I am a grandma, but we don't say that. You use my name. My name is Crystal. Make sure to thumbs us up, though. Let's get the likes up, y'all. There's 15 people watching and 3 likes. But yeah, if you do YouTube videos or content, let us know. We will drop your channel link. Like I say, we are so appreciated. It's really cool because Warshy and Coffee, did you see that in your live when you did the live stream that you have the super fans show up beside the names? Maybe. I don't know people that are not monetized or monetized, but the way YouTube was saying it, both ones that are and are not can have the super fans. I don't know how that works. Rare's up. Weston, hi. Okay, cool. So how do you like that feature? I didn't know what it was at first. How do you like the feature? I think it's pretty cool. It shows me who's watching and who watches more, and it's nice. I think my mom wants to. Last time, because of her having an iPhone and me having an Android, she wanted to, I think she wanted to join the channel instead of doing super thanks or gifts, but we had such a hard time. I couldn't figure her phone out. She couldn't do it. I thought, Mom, you're just going to have to wait till one of us can figure that one out. Kind of cool. I think it's just kind of different because, like, I think the numbers beside each one, it shows you, kind of gives you an idea of who's watching the lives and stuff. I think that's what I like about it. I know, there's so much with the live stream I still hadn't figured out. Super thanks and gifts, like, I don't even understand it as much. I always say it's available, you know, if someone doesn't want to become a monthly member. But it's one I don't even understand as much as the monthly member subscription. All I know is YouTube says you let them know in any of your videos and on your lives, and you can even do it in your shorts. And we typically put it in the comment section of your videos and on your lives. They can do it right there in the stream. I'm like, huh? But I don't even understand what it is to that, other than when, like, someone is sending, you see? Like, I don't fully get that one. I like it, but I don't fully understand it. It's 88 degrees outside. Really, it's probably already in the 90s here. It doesn't seem like it because we're up and underneath the carport, so we're in a shady area, but it's hot. It is hot, ain't it, Pluto? But if you do got to go outdoors, wherever you're at, wherever you're doing, because not everybody's got summertime going on. In different countries, different parts of the world, the weather's different. But if you are in the summertime season, please stay cool. Please take water, fluids, take you a sun hat if you need to. Be safe out there. I mean, there's a lot of people that get sick. And you can really, I believe, get heat exertion, you know. In Australia, it's winter right now. Really, I would love to have winter. Where am I? I have no idea. You tell me where you're at. I just know that not everywhere is at. I have friends in Australia. Cool. That is so great. Friends in Australia. I have friends in different places. Most of my family friends are South Carolina and North Carolina. My stepmom lives in North Carolina. My kids are back in South Carolina. Southern Smarts. I haven't seen her in a while, but she's in South Carolina. My good friend Cheryl, she lives in the LA area here in California. Like, I think I got that right. But yeah. I'm thinking about giving Pluto a bath. He needs one. You need a bath? He's looking at me. Watch how he looks at me. He says, oh no. I have cousins in LA, yeah? Aw. See, there's family all over a lot of times. But yes, y'all. The reason I wanted to do kind of a chit-chat stream is because I know a lot of you like chit-chatting, just telling me about your day. I love sharing my day with y'all. And if I ever at any of my videos or streams, because this is 3 things I've noticed over the 10 years of doing YouTube, probably a little bit longer than 10 years now, is 1, there's always going to be that person or something that someone's going to correct everything you do or the way you speak. And you have to learn to kind of roll with what you know. And if you're still learning it and you don't fully get it, then you can't be tough on yourself. Secondly, when you're trying to have a goal or a purpose, like what kind of content do I want to bring as a monetized channel? I would like to meet this criteria or this amount with the threshold or these many watch hours. You can't get too fixated on just the number. But you do want to be consistent, because the one thing YouTube's going to tell you, like I use Creator Studios as my analytics. They're going to tell me consistent. If I'm not consistent and I upload a video today and I don't bring you a video for another solid week, my watch hours roll back. So anything I earn, they'll gradually roll backwards, you know, and I lose them. Secondly, if I don't mention, like every time I come on the video, hey, make sure to thumbs up the stream, like, share us out. Hey, by the way, we have monthly memberships. Trying to build those watch hours. You can join the channel. There's super thanks and gifts. Then my channel never, how do I put it? It never really does good as a monetized channel. Or if you're a content creator and you're still trying to build to that point, maybe you're not wanting to be a monetized channel, or maybe you're just not there yet. Being consistent, uploading regularly, letting people know in every video what kind of content you bring, what your goal is, what kind of brought you to YouTube. It really, really does help the platform, y'all. It really, really does. My dad family lives in Australia. Oh, really? See, I hear it's a beautiful place. I hear it's a beautiful place, and I hear there's a bunch of beautiful animals out there, like wildlife and stuff. And I have a lot of respect for wildlife, just like pets you have indoors. Yes, a lot of those are prey and predators, but they really don't want to bother. When they hunt, they're out there hunting whatever they can hunt. Unless you're up messing with them, you're up in their territory, their space. And then there a lot of times, see, I watch a lot of documentary stuff a lot of times with my husband. A lot of times it's just because they're not real sure of you, and that's their way of letting you know you don't really belong. Let me open it. Mason, opening my mail, y'all. No, oh, you said Alabama. Okay, you didn't say Australia. You said Alabama. I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. We got mail. We got mail, probably a bill. Mason, he loves to check the mail. Even when he knows there's nothing in there for him, he don't let me check the mailbox when he's here. It's like, Mason, can I check my own mail, please? Let's see what the letter says. Oh, okay, I know what that is. We have a few things out here that, because we're county, we're not city, we live in the county area, so whether it's assistance or whether it's things that, like our well that we got put in, we live in a single wide trailer, we zone tank water, they put in a well, that was done through county. Our trash services through county. Right now, our health insurance is through county. So a lot of stuff, like our paperwork and stuff, it comes through county instead of city. I'm in Georgia, USA. Is that what it says? Yes. Woohoo! And you love that he gets excited over the mail? Georgia sounds nice. It does sound really, really nice, y'all. It does. Well, we live here in Atwater, California. This is not where I'm from. I was born and raised in South Carolina, Greenville Memorial Hospital in South Carolina. And I grew up probably easily Pickens area. Pickens is what would be more my hometown area. And then I left South Carolina. I'll be 44 this year. And I left South Carolina around the age of 24, 25. So we moved to North Carolina, and we were out there for probably 7, 8 years. And then before Mason turned 3 years of age, we moved to California. And we've been out here for about 12 years or so. It's kind of grown, Washington Coffee. It's funny because, like, it's not a real big city, but I feel like when I went home to visit in 2021, it seemed like there was a lot more. So I don't even know if that makes sense, but it seemed like my dad was telling me the high school became the middle school. So the Pickens High School that I grew up in and went to, that became the new middle school. And then like a block or two down, they built a new high school or something. That's what my dad was saying. Because when I was still trying to finish up my classes, and I was pretty much in that last year. No, I wasn't. Okay, 2021. So I had about a year or two left to go because I had took a break for a little bit and then went back into classwork or whatever. And I was doing most of my classwork online there towards the end. They had a really, really hard time getting my transcripts. And my program manager, I miss my program manager. He's in heaven, God rest his soul. But he was like, it normally don't take us, even by mail, sometimes they'll do it by fax. It don't take us as long as it's taken to receive your transcripts. I wonder why your school that you used to go to, even though that was back in 2001, has not reached out to us. And I'm thinking, I don't know. He's like, we need your transcripts because I scored really low when I went in to test. I had to test in English and math. I had to wait to figure out exactly what classes I would need, and I ended up doing what they call pre-classes, a pre-math, a pre-English, and kind of worked my way up until I was prepared enough to take all the other ones. And it was a nightmare getting my transcripts, but then when we went home in 2021 to meet my first grandson, Mateo, I found out that the high school wasn't a high school anymore. It had became the middle school. Joy says I'm from Pickens, born and raised. Yeah, and Pickens is a super cute little, everybody's laid back, southern, friendly, really, really good town. The only thing I don't like down there is the courts. And it wasn't the courts itself. It was like one of the judges. There was a few things that I thought could have been handled a little bit different. But in general, the city is just nice. Everybody's so friendly. I love small towns. Do you? Really? Oh my goodness, it's so funny. I enjoy small towns. Let me move y'all a little closer so I'm not straining. I got y'all propped up against something. That way I can see your comments. There we go. It's a little bit better on me. I really, really love small towns myself, but I really, really love just being in a city where everybody comes together as a community. You can work together. You can agree on things. You're looking out for each other. Here is a lot different from most states. They're not real strict when it comes to like law type stuff, which is crazy and scary at the same time. The second thing is, but the school systems are absolutely beautiful here. Like great teachers, great principal, great programs, whatever they needed, they are all about it. And they're always offering help in between during summertime, assistance to families if needed. It's just a beautiful thing. Mason was diagnosed at the age of 3 here in Modesto, California, and then he's seen another specialist, and they got him into the school in a matter of months. He wasn't even supposed to start preschool because of the way his birthday fell until the next year, but they were on top of it. And I mean, it was little things like getting Mason completely potty trained and helping Mason understand a lot of the social skills. It took 3 or 4 years. He was about 6, 7 years of age, but it was like a complete 90 turnaround once things started kicking in. It is. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Really, really good. I mean, I don't just say that because I'm trying to down other schools, because I think all schools can be good, but I know, like, some of the people that taught me and their backgrounds before they taught me, I've seen people that work in the school system and what they do. And then, like, for an example, my son's youth group leader, he's a senior teacher. He teaches seniors. But he is a blessing to the church. He's also doing a youth thing for the kids. You can tell that the ones that know him and for me, he's got a big impact with them. Every year that Mason had a teacher, even if it wasn't anything school related, birthdays, Christmas, holidays, this kid would come home with like an army of stuff just because they liked him. Mason got in detention one time because he forgot to turn in his homework, and they sent him to the principal's office to sit down and have lunch with the principal because that was part of detention. You know what he told him? I like detention. Y'all should give me detention every day. I enjoyed sitting in the office with the principal having lunch, and the principal just died. He just died. He's like, I can't believe your son enjoyed that. It was not intended to be enjoyed. Most of the kids that come into my office and they have to do lunchtime with me, they're angry, they're mad, they're aggravated about the day, feel embarrassed. Mason's talking about he'd do it all over again. And he's like, we have to switch it up next time something because that didn't even work for him. He liked it. Hey, Lisa. He does have a great personality. Super smart, very humble, very... By the way, if I hadn't said that, I did tell my stepmom I called her. Me and her talked for a little bit yesterday. My 4th grandchild was born, y'all, at about 5 a.m. on the 2nd of July. I think he was 6 pounds, 4 ounces. My daughter hadn't put up any pictures. She probably was tired because I think she actually delivered the baby around 5 in the morning. So she's probably definitely needing the rest. And then having 3 other little ones, I mean, you know, probably up the days and weeks up before going into labor. I'm sure she will post. If she doesn't update me, I will get pictures and stuff so y'all can see. But I was so excited. Oh man, I thought she was going to go early, but I didn't think she was going to go early. Her due date was on the 22nd of July, but she had the baby on the 2nd. So she's a couple weeks early. Bye, Weston. Do you love the baby's name? I do. I do really like the baby's name. I'm not sure what they're calling him. If it's going to be Edgar Arlo after her husband, or if it's just going to be Arlo. I'm not sure. I hope I'm saying the name right. I hope I'm not spelling it wrong and saying it wrong, because I'm horrible with names. But I think all of them's really cute. There's Mateo. He's the oldest. Giovanni. Baby Tiago. And then I think Arlo, which they might be calling Edgar. So, yeah. But, yeah, I hope all of y'all are blessed and doing good. We're about 27 minutes in. I hope y'all don't mind hanging out with me for an hour so I can get those watch hours. Tell Mason and Chris I said hi. Sure will, Lisa. I hope you're blessed. Doing good. Let me know if you need me. Cop's Wife K. Cop's Wife K. Now, Cop's Wife K's been with me for years, y'all. She is a great, great supporter and friend here on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Facebook. On your new grandson, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I'll tell my mom I said hello. You said hello, Cop's Wife K. I'm trying to get her to do videos. And Cop's Wife K, if you'd like to join our channel, you can. You don't have to. I do have a monetized channel now. I know Cop's Wife K, you know, has been with me for a long, long time. Anybody that wants to join a channel, that is optional. Everybody saying, hey, Cop's Wife K, they're super thanks and gifts. I just want to tell y'all how much I appreciate it. I know I mention that a lot. And for some people, I've had a few people tell me, I can't remember, who was it? It's been probably at least a month ago. That just gets on my nerves when you repeat yourself or you mention things over and over again. And I was like what? And they said something like, oh, well, like when you talk about the monetized thing. And I didn't know what to say. I was like, okay, well, if I don't mention those things and I'm not being consistent with the goal, whether it's on YouTube or in my life, I guess I'm supposed to assume I'm just going to, it's automatically going to happen, because a lot of times that's not the way life works. And I just kind of left it alone at that, but that just kind of threw me for a spin. But I am really appreciative for everybody that just comes into my lives and watches my lives. If you're just here supporting and you don't even like and subscribe on my video, you're just checking out my channel out to see if it's something you're interested in. You know what? We're grateful for that. I think the more we learn in the society we live in today, if we come together and love and we support each other and we connect with each other and we pray for each other instead of opinionations or judgment and be more helpful, I think the world will be a much better place, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I think. And everybody should have purpose and goal. If your purpose is to go from a job, school into a career, or if your purpose is YouTube, or if your purpose is your faith walk, or if you have a purpose that is more than one, there's like 3 or 4. No one or nothing should tell you how to do it or how not to do it, unless you're just being mean or you're doing something horribly wrong. And then deep down, you're going to know that at some point, because it's going to catch up with you if you don't deal with it and you don't correct it, you know? So Tiago is a Portuguese name, like named James. I think so. She said, hey there, Warshi. So, Warshi, do you know Cop's wife, Kay? Pluto. Pluto. Oh, my dog got down. I don't know where it. Come over here. He must have went to the bathroom. But yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe to each other's channels. Cop's wife Kay does videos. I don't know when her last one has been. I don't think she does them as much as a lot of us do. But I know she's got a lot of beautiful content out there. Okay, so Cop's wife Kay, beautiful, beautiful soul, beautiful, beautiful heart. She's a great, great supporter, y'all. Great, great supporter. Very, very good friend. She watches me. She watches my mom. My mom does videos. Y'all heard me talk about that. But my mom is one of those, how do you put it in a nice way? My mom don't do videos regularly all the time. I think when she gets bored or she feels like she's depressed, she does probably content. And my mama just be mama. She be all over the place, bless her little heart. But she's trying to hang strong and hang in there. So yes. Good, thank you, Joyce. Yeah, y'all will love her. All the people here on my platform, there's a lot of the new ones don't even really know a lot. And then there's a lot that I do follow. I try to follow as many of your channels as I can. At one time, I don't do it anymore. At one time I had let's see, the Nico family. Hillbilly something. I can't think of the numbers that he had in front of the name. And then there was James, and then there was another one that I had monthly memberships with, for a long time. Granny, there's a channel called Granny that I love. So as soon as I meet my goal, and I do actually like, woohoo, y'all, we got paid, we met our goal, I probably will start joining channels and stuff like that too, and giving it back like y'all have to me, because that's what's important. That's why I try to make sure if you tell me, hey, please can I drop my channel, or let me know you're doing a live or whatever, or what you're into, I try to be there to support. If I don't always get around to watching the video or showing love and support back, it's not me ignoring you. It's that I do have a life outside of YouTube, but I try to support as many people as I can. We live in Georgia also. Yes, Cop's wife Kay lives in Georgia. She's got a beautiful home, a beautiful, beautiful place. So yes. But yes, y'all, some of you've asked me, and I think most of you know, but some of the new ones wanted me to tell them how does it work. I mean, it's not really a lot to understand. A lot of the editing for me was hard, but there are some people that figure out technology and editing way faster. From what YouTube has told me, and this is directly when I did the paperwork, I did verification, and they got a little chat thing where you can chat with them and email them, is not every YouTuber gets paid the same. Not every YouTuber that does videos and all the different things you hear, it works differently for each and every one of us. I think all YouTubers have to meet a certain amount of watch hours to have your full watch ads added into your videos, or YouTube can help you add them in. You know, if you want them to do it instead of you do it, you have to have a complete full 4,000 watch hours. You have to at least have 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's a couple thousand. I don't know exactly. I think it's a couple thousand of your watch hours before they open up like monthly memberships or super thanks and gifts. And there's a lot of features that as the channel starts growing and your views or your threshold, which is just your revenue, the money you're making on YouTube, or different areas. As those little things start growing and building, YouTube starts offering different tips and advice type videos and features and all these different really, really cool things. And it is kind of what you make of it. You can get yourself into a lot of drama on YouTube, or you can definitely be one of those people that is motivated to help people and share your ideas, share your goals, share your dreams. It is pretty much what the person puts into it. My channel, I mean, I've had Cops Wife K would be one that could tell y'all. I've had, how many channels have I had Cops Wife K? Like 3 or 4, I think now. This one I've been at for about 5 years. But there was one channel that was Craft Mom 35. There was one that was Humble Housewife and Mom Simmons. There was a couple of channels. And I had always, every time I'd upgrade my phone, I'd lock myself out. I couldn't get back in because of the password. So, it was crazy. We have 5 people watching. No, I'm sorry, 1 person watching and 5 likes. Make sure you are liking, hitting that like button, you know, and letting me know if you're still here. But how was your weather, Cops Wife K? How was your weather? I had to start writing down passwords in my planner. I would forget them all. See, I was the same way. You know what's crazy though? I'd write down the password and then I'd forget. Or that planner I'd completely use up, and I would forget where I put the stupid password. I'm oh man, this is horrible. And if you're curious, Washington Coffee, because you're close, it's like a 4 to 5 step verification thing YouTube's going to take you through if you do decide to monetize your channel. It'll be verifying your personal information, verifying you have to do a 1099, like a tax form type of thing, making sure that your phone number and your address, your information is all up to date. And it doesn't go in this order. This is just the things they get you to do. And you have to verify a certain PIN. You have to put in a certain PIN. They'll mail you a paper that has that PIN on it. And you go and add that a PIN. And then when you meet your threshold, so the way it works is you do not get to pick what way you're getting paid until, like if a YouTuber comes and they do content and they make $100 on the threshold within a day or 2, they will get paid out. But YouTube does have a certain pay period. I think for them it's towards the end of the month. And you select what form of payment you want. There's direct deposit, there's wiring, and there is, I think, the by mail. I think you can do like the paper check type thing. Someone told me something else. I don't know. I don't know how legit that is or not. I'd have to go back into the back end and look at all that stuff. But that's what I've heard. But like for me, that's pretty much my last verification step. Is I've already got my information in, but I have to verify in what way, when I meet the $100 threshold or over the $100 threshold, however it is, I have to make sure that is verified. And the reason they do that is for one, I think it's a big precaution for you and the protection of your information. And then 2, there's been so much over the years, y'all, and just YouTube has to make sure that someone's legit. Someone's not just on YouTube just to try to make money, and that they ain't really bringing things, or, you know, they're just there because they want to get paid, pretty much, if that makes sense. It does sound confusing, but it really ain't as confusing as it is. YouTube will help you, take you through the steps and the process. And there's also like an assistant type thing. It's like a chat to where you can go and email them if you have questions. Because I had to do that a few times. Some of the stuff I was seeing on my phone, I didn't see on my laptop. And then some of the stuff I was seeing on my laptop, I didn't see on my phone. I was like, that's weird. And so it took me a minute because I had to go down, and I was already needing to do it for some other personal reasons too, but I had to go down and get my ID remade because it ran out I think of like December of last year. So I had to go get a new ID. I had to make sure I had a new ID because I had to verify my ID. Send a picture of my ID or driver's license, whatever you have. I had to submit that. Make sure a picture of that was up and loaded so that YouTube got it. And that's the one. They want to verify that it's you too, which I've also heard of a lot of other places doing that. We've done that a couple times with school stuff, a handful of times with some of our bills. I think that's like a safety net with a lot of things now, because there are so many different scams, whether it be online or it be in person or through the mail, and so they just want to be safe. So yeah, so they will help you. It's an app. You can already download the app if you want to use it. It's called Creator Studio, and it shows you your views. It shows you your watch hours. It shows you tutorial type videos you can watch to help with your channel. It shows you your analytics is what it's called for like everything. That's that little thing y'all see me show sometimes. I hold up. I don't know how many of y'all remember that. I hold it up and I'm like, look, y'all, here's what my revenue's saying I got. And here's how much I got left to go. Or here's where my watch are. And you see the little blue lines that run through? That's what that is. And it really has been helpful to me. So let's check this laundry real quick. We'll come back out here. The flies are getting horrible. I don't know if it's because it's hot or what. But it's a great platform. Oh, like a dummy, I didn't even start it. Like a dummy, I didn't even start it. Okay, there we go. If you ever need help, though, or you need anybody here on YouTube, I'm not the greatest, but if y'all ever need help with questions or things like that, let me know. I can't think of the channel name right off the top of my head. I had a beautiful channel help me out do the background. What's the name of that? The banister type photo for my channel, and kind of edit some things over there. And I think it's still the same one. I did change my little icon picture, little profile picture, but I did have someone help me with the other one. Okay, Joyce, have a good day. But yeah, it just, oh, goodness. So yeah, we're about 38 minutes in. 38 minutes in. So when are y'all planning on going camping, Warshy and Coffee? Do y'all have a date for that? I heard you talking about camping. I think I was asking you or somebody else asking you. That sounds really fun. Do y'all have like a certain time during the summer? Couple do y'all go for? Is it a couple days or a couple weeks? I'm sorry, I'm being nosy. Tell me none of your business if you don't want me to know. I won't get mad. Like for us, we need to take more family vacations and do things. We took but a few since we've been here in California because the cost of living is a lot more, which pays a little bit better. But we just say we don't do a whole lot. About 4 nights. That'd be fun. I bet you love that. We might rent a cabin for a couple nights. That would be super fun. Renting a cabin. That would be super fun. Well, yeah, I hope y'all have a good time doing that. And getting outdoors and teaching the kids outdoors is definitely a good thing. My dad, we grew up in a family like me and Chris don't with Mason, but my dad, Joyce could tell you, we vacationed all the time. We went to places like Dollywood, We went this one place called what was the name of it? Bear Camp or somewhere. It was had a weird name. We went to Helen, Georgia, all kinds of places and visit. Went out to Little Pulaski, Tennessee. Tons and tons of places. You know, we got to see Myrtle Beach. I've been a few times. You love being outdoors, that's good. There's something about nature. There's something about nature that definitely connects. It definitely connects us with, I feel like you're really, really connected with God because everything in the earth, you know, is His and He made it anyways. You have that beautiful, beautiful connection with the Lord because He made the trees, He made the sky, the birds, the mountain, the seas. So there's such a peace and calmness in being outdoors and getting to spend time and energy doing things you love. You know, it's fun. Being in creation is very creative. Yes, it is. Very creative. I agree with you 100%. My pastor, John Mott, and he's my pastor, him and his wife, they love to be outdoors. He loves like hiking and seeing different things, and he'll post pictures a lot of times over on his Facebook, and it's so, so beautiful to see all the beautiful things. Me and Chris have been a few places, not much. We went to Casa de Fruta, which is here in California. We went to Paso Robles, which is about 3 hours from here. We went to see Thomas and Friends. I don't know if any of y'all remembers that show. It's a little kids train show that come on TV. We went out and seen Thomas and Friends. They came out to California. We've been down to South Carolina a handful of times over the years. We have like Yosemite Lake, which is it's probably about an hour drive from us now. So, you love hiking? Hiking's fun. It's good exercise too. Good exercise. Thomas and Fred. No way I want to take my daughter to see Thomas, but wasn't able to. Aw, sorry to hear that. How old is your daughter? I've been meaning to ask you that. Oh, you told me she's in her 20s. That's right. You told me one time. I've asked you that question. Duh. It just registered with me right after I asked the question. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful places. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful places. Truly there is, and I'm thankful that I get to be a part of, even though I don't feel like we go very many places, I feel like I have a pretty good connection, like between my church family, y'all. I'm blessed because even though I don't get to be around a lot of my family, like when I lived out back home, I hadn't been around my mom in probably 12, 13 years. It would just be phone conversations, or it would be, I would see my mom through a video chat when we talk a lot of times. My sister, you know, I get to be around a little bit more. My kids and stuff I miss, and I want to get back home, you know. But I'm blessed because I've met a lot of amazing people here along the way. My brother, BJ, lived out here for a little bit. Him and his girlfriend moved to Newport, Tennessee. So, do you do Facebook, Washington Coffee? Do you do Facebook? If you do, and I'm not saying you have to, but if you do, I'll send you a link to my Facebook page. So you can kind of see photos and different things over there. I don't post over there as much as I do here, but I do kind of post like things that we do, photos from church, different things. Oh, you don't have Facebook? Do you do Instagram? It's okay if you don't. I'm just asking. I know some of y'all like connecting with me outside of YouTube, which YouTube's the main one I do. Okay, so if you want to write this down or just keep this in your mind, my Instagram is Craft Mom. There's no spaces. Capital C, Craft, the word craft, and then Mom. 35. Craft Mom 35. I think I was in my mid-30s when I started Instagram. So Craft Mom 35, and you'll be able to find me on Instagram. I don't know, maybe it'll let me type that in. Let me see if it'll let me just type it in for anybody else. Okay, yeah, you got it. Yes, that's my Instagram. If you can see, just that way y'all have an understanding of who I am. I mean, most of you know me because you get to chit chat with me and you see into my life. But some of you may not know when that side right there is bugging me a little bit. Some of you may not know when you hear me talk about a cousin or a brother or a sister or an event or a certain occasion, as to where if you have one of my other social medias, you're like, oh, okay, this is who she's talking about. And this is what area and why Mason did this or why that. It gives you a little bit more into, I guess you can say, more of my personal life, which is really, really important for me. There's a lot of things I will never share here on YouTube, but it is important for y'all to feel like, and me to feel like that too, that anybody that I'm connecting with and they're connecting with me, especially being a monetized channel, kind of sees. Especially if I'm like, hey, my brother lived here, that this and that, you can actually go and see like photos or different things, different stories. I don't know. I'm kind of the nosy person. I'm always curious to see stuff like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I just like somebody was asking me. I think it was somebody in a family. It might have been my sister. We went and stayed with her back in 2023 for a couple weeks, and she knows how much I love YouTube and posts. She was asking me, how much of that do you mention on YouTube? And I was like, is that okay with you? Because at first I thought she was going to be like nervous about it. She's like, no. And then Lexi, my niece, which Lexi don't do the videos herself. My sister goes in and edits and kind of watches and then puts them up. But there's one really cute video on my daughter's youngest. Her and Mason, they're making slime, like homemade slime. It's really, really cute. They're making this homemade slime. And just some of the stuff, my ideas my sister comes up with is really, really cool and neat too. Yeah, and that's all I think. To me, I don't know if you'd call it nosy. Maybe nosy's not the right word. I always have an interest. One thing I do on certain channels, you know, that even if I'm just subscribed to the channel and I'm wanting to support, I try to go and see if they got playlists and stuff. Especially if it's a channel like they're like me, they're trying to work towards a goal, whether it's building watch hours or revenue or whatever, because there's tons of us out there, right? I try to make sure I grab onto one of the playlists and I can kind of go through and watch it while I'm cleaning or during times when I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm sitting in my rocker and just being lazy, because that gives me an idea of more what their channel's about. And there's some beautiful, 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 like the word beautiful, I can't even say enough channels out there. One of my favorites is the Foo Family. Amazing, amazing videos. Such a cute family. They got 3 kids. She works. He does all the husband does all the cleaning. Super cute, super fun. They do a lot of home projects together, and she does beautiful, beautiful reorganizing, decluttering things, and DIYs. There's a bunch of amazing channels out there. Cops Wife K, the one that was here, she's an amazing person to follow. You know, because before I really, really knew if I wanted to be a monetized channel, I'd be looking up ideas on things. Like when I first got back into like trying to be more crafty, which I'm probably never going to be crafty. Who am I kidding? I try, but I never get it right. But when I started getting into it, I started picking out different channels and coming up with different ideas and different little things. And it was amazing. The list just kind of went on and on and on. It was amazing. Well, yeah, probably. And I appreciate it. You don't have to watch them over and over again. I know a lot of people do that to help me with my watch hours. My watch hours are doing a lot better. Now, if we can get the revenue. And Chris was picking at me the other day. I think he heard me say on one of my lives when I was talking to y'all, it was where he had come in from work for a minute. I think he's headed back out. And I said, the day I hit my $100 threshold with my revenue here on the platform, I'll be able to do cartwheels. And I think it was you, and there might have been somebody else that was saying, I'd love to see that. I can't wait to see you do a cartwheel. My husband looked at me. He said, he did like that. And then later on, when I got off the live, he was like, you really going to try to do a cartwheel? I said, I'll try. I can't promise you it will actually be a cartwheel, but that don't mean I won't get out there and give it a try. Like, I won't give it a go. Like, of course I'd try. He said, I'd be scared I'd break something if I tried to do a cartwheel. I said, well, I was picking at him. Well, you are a little bit older than me, laugh out loud. He was like, no, seriously, like, you better be careful with that. I was like, Chris, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably don't know if I'd ever be able to do an actual cartwheel, but they always say practice makes perfect, right? Celebration cartwheels, yeah. There's things in life like you find as you get older, you still want to try and you still want to go for it. Like for me, when I was in my 20s, I was wild. I was all over the place. I was always getting into trouble. I always probably had way more wrong in my life than I did right. By the time I hit my early 30s, I had figured my life out a good bit, knew what I wanted to do, but still had that I'm still girly, but had that more all about me phase in me and had just a negative attitude and had that very feisty side. You ain't going to tell me what to do and blase, mouthy as everything. I can still be mouthy this day and age. By the time I hit my middle 30s, I was like, something seems different about me. Like, I feel different. I want to dress different. I move a little bit slower. When I hit my 40s, I was crying every night. Every night I'd lay down on the pillow because I didn't know what my body was going through. And a lot of it was normal, but I wasn't gradually going into the change that was happening. And now I'm about to be 44, and I look at Mason and I think, we still got 4 more years of high school to go. How am I going to feel by the time you're finished with high school, laugh out loud? And so I really do believe lessons and life in itself, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, every little chapter you go through in life has its own, uniqueness. Because, man, oh man, I probably gained 20, 30 pounds, probably more than that over the last 2 or 3 years. I'm like, how'd that happen? Well, I snack, I eat. I ain't going to sit there and say I don't. I'm like my daddy in that. If I want something sweet and I want something that I like, I'm going to have it. That's just me. But, and I know that's not a good attitude to have, but that is just kind of me. And that's what my daddy would tell you too. But it's funny because you start seeing those little changes. Like my daddy used to say, if I look back, he tells me all the time, I can look at my life and go like 7 years back or 10 years back, and I think, man, oh man, I wouldn't try that again. He said, sometimes I'll remember different things in my life, and I'd be like, yeah, I did okay. I did pretty good. Or he said sometimes there'll be like photos or memories in his head, and he'll be thankful, and other times he's like, man, well, I don't know what I was thinking at that age, and I'm like, Dad, where do you get this? I'll be like, what? Where do you get all this stuff from? He's like, you just think about things. He's like, wait, you're going to be 44 this year. Age is catching up with you, so give it like 5 to 7 years. By the time you hit those 50s or mid 50s, you're gonna be saying, man, I thought 40s was rough, or you might even find more of the peaceful calmness too. It's like a mix a lot of times. Yes, there's something about I think why we're wild. I think why we're wild in our younger years, not everybody. Okay, all three of my kids, I love them. Love them to death, but you know, there's something about when you first become a teenager and you figure out you can work, you can drive, you can move out of mom and dad's if you want to, you can date, girls get into guys, guys get into girls. There's so much going on. It's all this adrenaline going on, them hormones, your mental state, all of it's just like running through you. And then by the time you do get out, and if you ain't got some kind of game plan or some kind of just real strict schedule and it figured out, you're just living. You're still figuring out what you want to do. And in your 20s, you feel so good, so energetic, tons of energy. That youngness kicks in. Not for everybody, but for a majority of us. By the time the age starts moving along, you still feel good and you still love life. But you do kind of reflect. You look back and you're like, why'd I do that? Or can I go back and do that again? Like my mom's thing is to where I'm like, man, what was I thinking in my middle 30s? And see, when I went through like sin and stuff, I was like, why did I wait till I was in my 30s? How did that happen in my 30s? Shouldn't I have been more like in my early 20s? Or what was wrong with me? And it took me a long time to realize there wasn't nothing wrong with me. I guess it just happened at a later part in my life. But then like my mom, like people like my mom, she says, I wish I could be 25 again. I'd give anything to have those younger years back. I'm like, Mama, no. I always pick on her. I'm like, Mama, no, you do not. Yes, I do. I miss such and such days. I really do miss wearing mini skirts and going out, going karaoke. And she just goes on and on about it. And I would. If God allowed me, I sure would go back. I'd go back at least 25, 30 years. And me and her die laughing at each other. I get tickled at her because she's trying to go back as where some of us are still trying to grab onto like what it was. And I feel like there's a lot of good and bad. For me, if I'm just being honest, I had a lot of bad, but I also had good. But I think there's a mix of both, and that's kind of what creates you somehow. My mom's a mess. My mom's a freaking mess, yeah. That's me. I know, because see, my mom worked in a club. She don't care if I tell you all this. I don't feel guilty telling you. She worked in a club. She's a go-go dancer back in her years. And she did that for a long time. She's been married 4 times. My dad's been married 3. And, yeah, she really enjoyed, I guess girls enjoy it, especially when our figure starts changing, our facial, hair, whatever it is. A lot of us go through kind of the depressed stage. And my mom's still a very beautiful, beautiful woman. She has put on a lot of weight, but I tell Mom, I'm like, Mom, don't let your weight affect you. Just try to lose the weight. Walk, try to get in exercise. Get in things that motivate you. Don't think about, this and that. I think she's very beautiful. My mom, I want her to go see a doctor while she in coffee. Y'all keep seeing me feel right here because that nodule's on this side. So I don't know if it's like swollen today or right here. I've been coughing a little bit. It feels kind of sore. Or not really sore, just different, I guess. But my mom, me and my sister have been trying to get her to go see a doctor for years because she gains in her stomach, and we think, well, maybe, I don't think there's anything serious that wouldn't be addressable, but I think she could have something going on with the stomach, because my mama gets it all right in here, And so I told her, I said, Mom, maybe you ought to go do just your yearly physical. Nope, I trust God. I ain't seeing no doctor. Kim's like, Mom, you can still trust God and go see the doctor. She won't do it, though. She will not do it. She has not been to one in years. And I don't see at any point in her age, unless it's an absolute have to at some point in her life, she's going to do it now. But she's such a beautiful character, and I'm grateful. My mama is country Southern, very loving. She's been through a lot in her life. We've been through a lot together. My daddy, he's very laid back, and he's been through a lot in his life. Also, we have together, and I'm very blessed for my parents. I know there's a lot of people, like my husband, his mom and dad, they passed away. His dad, by the time Chris had finished up boot camp, because he did 4 years in the military, the Marine Corps, he had lost his father, and his mom ended up having breast cancer, and I think she got lung cancer was there towards the end. I don't know for sure. I think that might have been the one that finally, she lived to be 73, but that tears me up inside sometimes. Sometimes when I get feisty, or I get in moments where I'm just not wanting to deal with it, God always reminds me, Crystal, you still got your mama and you still got your daddy, And so I know there's a lot of people, like my kids, and I don't want to get emotional on y'all, but my kids, for an example, they have me, but they don't get to be around me. And Lee died at 38, so they don't have their daddy they get to see every day. So I would always say, no matter what you go through, how you go through it, why you go through it, be kind and loving to your parents. Be there for them. You never know. Well, that's why we pick at Mason sometimes. You never know what life's going to throw at you. And I think so. I think it definitely is a fear. I believe in my heart it is a fear. I do. But anywho, so I'm going to go ahead and mention our memberships and super thanks and gifts one last time, and we're going to jump off here. I hope all y'all have a blessed Friday and weekend. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Does anybody have any plans to go watch fireworks or to shoot fireworks? We go down near Castle Clinic and we watch the fireworks. But if you want to join the channel, that's the option. Thanks and gifts. My husband just pulled up. So, I love y'all. Thanks for coming in and watching. Bye. Who is that? Bye, Warshy and Coffee. Thank you for coming in, you too.